Welcome back to the Get Wrenched Garage. Well, today we're going to continue on with our Iron 883 mod series, and we're going to remove that rear fender and get it ready for our new chop fender. So let's get started. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the old Iron 883 right here, and we're going to figure out how to remove this fender and get it ready for putting on the new fender, which is over there in the corner. We're going to chop that as well, get that fitted, kind of get the style we want, and then we'll end up cutting the struts as well. But first, we got to figure out how to remove the old fender, take off the old license plate bracket and the tail lights here. And honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, but I have the service manual over there, so I generally have an idea of where to start, but I don't think this will be too difficult to remove, but we'll figure it out as we go. And as always, if you're new here, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button below. It always helps out the channel. So let's get started here. We'll start by removing the seat to exposed underneath the fender, and we'll just see where it goes from there, and we'll figure it out. So while we're working with the electrical system, I've removed the master fuse here just so we don't screw anything up electrically. Yep, and there it is. We got the old fender out with the old license plate bracket. So we'll set that aside for now while we continue to look on what we need to do next. So now you can see here without the fender on, we have the exposed rear struts. But we're gonna try to, I think, cut the strut right around here, round that back off, and keep the fender just about here. So we'll be exposing more of the rear tire. All right, so let's get on to our next step, which will be working on the rear fender, the new rear fender. We're gonna chop that and get that fitted and see how that looks. we have the new chop fender kind of roughed in here. Looking pretty good. I kind of like the way it's looking. And you know, with the seat kind of just placed there, everything's kind of roughed in. But yeah, I got the struts marked off to where I want to cut them. So I'm going to start working on that next. We're going to cut those off, get us rounded off. And then after that, we'll just start working on the electrical to get those new tail lights put in. All right, so we're in the home stretch here. We got the struts cut, we got the new fender roughed into place. All that's left to do right now is to wire up the new tail lights and get them installed, rough installed right now, just so we can get back out on the bike, because the paint's gonna come a little bit later for the new fender. So let's get working on those tail lights. These are these new Kuryakyn Rhombus tail lights, and they're LEDs and they're really bright. I test wired these up the other day and they are extremely bright, and they do have a red and amber, so amber for the turns and red for the tail light. So these will be pretty cool to get installed. And I'm thinking I'm gonna install them right about here off the fender, because they only stick out about 1.5 inches. So they're not very big. So I'm gonna have them come off the fender right here, right above the strut. And that should be good for some good visibility. So we need to drill a hole here to get this fed through. And then we need to wire up to the harness. Let's start doing that. All right, so I think this is where I'm gonna call it the end on part 1 here. I've gotten the bike back together. It is in running order again. So the fender is on, the taillights are installed, they are wired up, they work, they are very bright. And overall, I'm really happy with it. But this gets me into riding condition where I can take the bike out this weekend and enjoy some of this nice weather that's coming around in Florida. So I'll probably follow up with part 2 of this video, which is going to be the finishing of the fender, which is going to be sanding, getting that buttoned up and then painted. And I will be doing that in a flat black to black out that other end. You know, and then at the end of this, once that is done, I think there'll just be some like small cleanup things on the bike. And you know, I think I'm gonna repaint the battery cover and the oil tank cover as well in a flat black. That's gonna be down the road a little bit because right now it works and I just wanna get out riding again. So overall, I think I'm really happy with the way this came out. I'm gonna get back out on the road for a little while and ride around on this new setup and see how I like it. But hey, YouTube, thanks for watching. Once again, you know, if you're new here, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified of any future videos. It always helps the channel, helps us grow, helps get the YouTube algorithm to show these videos to new people. But as always, thanks for watching, keep riding, stay safe. All right, YouTube, see you on the next one. Peace.